Hey, what's up, gang? Kawaii50 here with another Fake Grand Order video to very quickly help you figure out the 5-star ticket. Now, the 5-star ticket is coming out with our NA 17 million downloads event, and it is very, very important because, of course, you get to pick your 5-star. So not only is this great for veteran players like myself, but if you're hoping to get a friend into FGO for the very, very first time, they just have the very easy task of clearing Orleans, and then they can pick whichever character they want. So this is great for brand new players as well. Use this as an opportunity to get your friends to start playing FGO with you so they can reside here in hell with the rest of us. Hopefully this video helps you out, and if it does, be sure to go ahead, like, and subscribe. Now, let's of course start with the best pick for new players. Now remember, if you want to keep this 5-star servant, you've got to bond 5 them, you've got to get them to final ascension, you've got to actually use them in some capacity. They get double EXP though, there's a lot of different ways to easily level them up, so just go ahead and do it, actually commit. For the new players, I definitely got to recommend Waiver. You definitely want to get Waiver in any way, shape, or form possible. And if you don't have Waiver, Waiver is probably going to be who you are going for no matter what. Waiver is just so important to enable pretty much anybody. You're just going to have a much easier and much more fun time with the game if you pick him. So strongly consider picking Waiver. It's going to help you out immensely. Now, if you don't have Waiver, then you can go with who I'm personally going to be picking, which is TAMAMO no Mai. TAMAMO, of course, being the only art supporter in the game right now in the 5-star realm. She is very, very important to help enable a lot of arts setups. And you want to have a little bit of insurance if you're unable to get Caster Artoria when she finally launches. So please consider TAMAMO no Mai, and that's not just because she is best girl in the original Fate Extra. That's just the way it is. I don't make the rules. Now, moving on from that, we're going to look at one character from the Knight classes and one character from the Cavalry classes. From Knight classes, if you're having an issue, I definitely would recommend picking up Karna. Karna is an incredibly powerful pick. After his buffs, he's able to inflict Buster Resist down, and he has honestly been my go-to Lancer for a very, very long time. So I am speaking from experience here. Go ahead and use Karna to the fullest extent possible. Now, when we're looking at Cavalry classes outside of the 2 supports I just mentioned, despite the fact I'm a huge Achilles fan, I definitely would want to recommend that you go with Ozymandias. Why Ozymandias? Well, he's received a bunch of buffs in JP that have honestly made him borderline broken. He is truly an incredible servant that should help you out with a lot of boss encounters. So seriously, go ahead, go for Dio, and you will find someone immensely helpful if you're lacking in the Cavalry classes department. Of course, we have better servants to pick from beyond that in the forms of the extra classes. You could honestly go with Vlad or Zhang Yu from the Berserker class and not really lose in any fashion. Especially with newer players, having a strong Berserker on your team, if you don't have Heracles that is a great way to help power you through a bunch of early content. I have friends personally who started the game with Vlad and he ended up carrying them through pretty much all of Arc 1, so he can be very, very helpful. You can also, of course, go with Jeanne d'Arc if you're lacking some form of stall servant. Her crit star ability and her buff noble phantasm are excellent for pretty much any and all challenge quests. And with her tanky nature, you can pretty much stall your way through the vast majority of content. Whether or not you find that fun, I'll leave that up to you. And final recommendation, I definitely want to recommend Jinako, whom I personally picked the last time we had any sort of option to pick. Jinako is awesome, and she's also helped me much in the fashion that Jeanne d'Arc has. She is very, very tanky, has been able to pull a lot of hate off of a bunch of enemies that I've been fighting. I've actually been routinely fielding her with my beloved Summer BB, and these dual moon cancers have just been crushing through a bunch of difficult content together. So if you're lacking some sort of tank, please also strongly consider the Great Statue God on your team. And that's pretty much all I've really got to say to you at this point. I just wanted to make a nice little short video to help people out with their choices for the 5-star ticket. And of course, as always, if there's a character you really love, remember, you can still safely go for them and you will be able to likely clear a bunch of content. FGO is generous in that fashion. But this was mainly to help people who are on the fence. I've had a lot of questions in Discord, and people just really want to know, who should I pick with a 5-star ticket? What's going to help me out? I've already got the vast majority of what I want, so who can I pick from this list if I am worried? This video is mainly for those people. If you want to talk more FGO, of course, my Discord server is always available. And I want to give a big shout out to the patrons on Patreon, subscribers and followers on Twitch, and of course all of you here on YouTube for giving me the support to continue making these videos. I really appreciate it. But anyways, gang, this is Kawaii 50. I hope you all have a phenomenal day. I'll see y'all in the next video.